6 of 123 of them almost always agree to everything that comes from the executive. That he talked about budget performance report. So look, how will a lawmaker or a legislator know that the money that they sent to the William Hospital did not reach, that was allocated did not reach from Ministry of Health or the Ministry of Finance or Ministry of Health, it did not reach? It is through budget performance report.
Right.
And they do not due diligence. But out of 120 ministries and agencies that receive money from the national budget, only 6 were able to report, produce budget performance report in 2022.
What happened to the rest?
What happened to the rest? That means, in the words of Senator Dillon, you have a spineless and a toothless legislature, that does nothing. And if you ask me, I will tell you, the reason why they do nothing is because they themselves do not want to be accountable. They don't want to be questioned. They don't want to be audited. They are not transparent. They want to eat more. They want to eat everything. I was just having discussion with my monitors, legislative monitors in the office, just few minutes ago. And they told me that there is a particular senator at the legislature. There was money given to provide to all of the COS, I mean the chief of office staff of the Senate, so that all of them can get vehicles. So all of the colleagues of the chief of office staff of the Senate have gotten vehicles. This senator said there's no good car in Liberia.
Oh.
So he's taking the money and he's going to send it to America to buy a vehicle for a chief of office staff. Imagine how cruel, the level of cruelty. This man have been serving you for more than 6 years, diligently. The money is given to buy a vehicle.
At that time, you don't see
nothing.
To even get him phone from America.
No.
By the time when it comes to car,
he said you go to America to buy a car. He said no good car in Liberia.
But good car ain't getting.
No. That America he won't get it from. that is the high level of wickedness. How are people serving for the number of years and you look in their faces and do not give them what they due? Citizens in Liberia now can say that for Liberia, our months can reach up to 59 days, 60 days.
Our months can reach up 59, 69 days. Let me hold you there and let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, of course, we still got a lot to talk about here. So be our guest. The program is ABC Hard Talk. And let's take this break. And when we come back, we'll be talking more about our issues. So let's go here quickly and take this break.
Yeah, you together forever. And let nobody put us asunder. Carabinidinya ye jump from Nenile baby, no bad vibes. And yo, I can tell you bye-bye. Nenile baby, no bad vibes. Carabinidinya ye jump from Nenile baby, no bad vibes. And yo, I can tell you bye-bye. Nenile baby, no bad vibes. You know you my bestie, bestie, bestie. You the one I want see when I wake up from sleep. Baby, you my lovey, lovey, lovey. La fe kilele ye bakunu samadara. Tell her we okay. Everybody I see, baby, tell her we okay. Tell her we okay. After the ring, we gon' be okay. Tell her we okay. Hey, Carabinidinya ye jump from my Nenile baby, no bad vibes. And yo, I can tell you bye-bye. Nenile baby, no bad vibes. Carabinidinya ye jump from my Nenile baby, no bad vibes. And yo, I can tell you bye-bye. Nenile baby, no bad vibes. anything I jump from my Benny, baby, no bad vibes. Benny, oh, I can tell you bye bye. Benny, baby, no bad vibes. Gotta be anything I jump from my Benny, baby, no bad vibes. Benny, oh, I can tell you bye bye. Benny, baby, no bad vibes.
It's Chai Keys on the beat.
Are y'all ready now? Skibidi bamba ha. Na 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 na. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Jehovah Obadu. Papa, you too good, Jehovah, you too good, Papa, you too kind, Miracle working God, give you all the praise, give you all the glory. You alone deserve it. You put my enemies under my feet. Because I have you, I face no defeat. Higher and higher, I give you the praise and I give you the honor because you're the king. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Yeah, you love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Babadu, Babadu, Papa, you too good, Jehovah, you too kind, see the things that you done for me. Papa, you too kind,
The good things that you they do, you just scatter my hand, Baba me oh, the many blessings you bless me, I cannot tell it all. I thank you, you love me personally. See the testimony, you get the glory, Lord. You know, you love me personal, testimony. You get the glory, Lord. Yeah, Mama, you do right now.
Principally on our discussion this afternoon, we're talking about the U.S. Ambassador, Honorable McCarthy, tour of the 15 counties of Liberia, and the outcome of it is today in the public glare, which of course has informed many of us about what is unfolding in our governance system, what is happening, whether it is in the health sector, in the educational sector, and what have you. So again, let me welcome back to the fold my guest. Mr. Yene, welcome back to our discussion.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. And
okay, as time go by, we will read out some of the text that we're going on. So, Mr. Yene, I was looking through again, and the ambassador touched on something very interesting here. He said, okay, he said in his stereo cartoon, the outgoing U.S. ambassador stated that while hospital went without and service center whether on the wing on the van, the 30 senator and 73 representatives spent $65 million US following their own nest. Our hospital, it said beautiful structures are all seated up there. The service center, 5 years, printer that they could even use, the $1 or $2 printer that they could use to get some things done. They failed to do it. And at the end of the day, our lawmakers, 103 of them, they feasting and whining and dining in $65 million US, as he called it, buttering their bread. What do you make of that?
My team is fortunate to monitor service centers around the country. We've been supported by the National Endowment for Democracy to look at service delivery public service delivery. And since look, from our report, since the UNDP provided the funds 5 years ago, 4 years ago, to these service centers, there hasn't been anything done for funding to these county service centers. The ones in Bombing, it's like broken down. Grand Bassa County, in fact, county service center coordinators have even resigned and come to Monrovia because some of them feel that they're just there. There's nothing happening. They're just taking salaries, and not working. And not working. And they are, look. It's so true that birth certificates or marriage certificates for 4 years have not been printed, and they have to come to Monrovia. Let me tell you, even in Margibi County, do you know how much they charge? The prices are all there, stipulated. But for citizens ID card, the service charge is $5. In those counties, it's $1,500. Citizens pay $1,500.
2 times the price.
2 times the price. Now, the intention of the service center is for the service to be affordable and accessible to the people. So you bring in service to the people.
That they don't have to come.
They don't have to come. But then you carry the service there, and it is very expensive. So $1,500 for citizens ID card. But then the unfortunate part is you won't get it there.
They'll come back tomorrow.
You will not just come out to Monrovia. If you want a citizens ID card within a time frame, you will have to pay somebody way, the agent their way, to come to Monrovia, and get your citizens ID card. So you may be spending close to $2,000 or $3,000 just for one citizen ID card that you can get in Monrovia for $5.
Let me hold you there and go to some of those who following us from the overseas. Right here, I got with me Elizabeth Peschilia. She says I'm watching from Paris, and she said, yes, sir. This is what destroying Liberia because others are doing it. Therefore, you can punish, hold people accountable. Then Dexinot 2SA, rest in peace, Moses. Okay, that was the music that was being played over there during our break. So if you want to be part of it, of course, we'll reach the time. But you can still follow on our Facebook pages on all of our platform. On our online platform. So you can follow us on Twitter. Follow us both on Facebook, Twitter, and that of our WhatsApp pages. Follow us there, then you will see us live in studio. We're discussing the American ambassador. We try to dissect what he said here in recent days. Okay, let me take you back to another concern raised by the American ambassador. Now, he says here that if hospital built by you people or service center built by you people for 5 years, they are not receive anything to work with. If we, the American government, is about to build $65 million, facility that will take care of, your health sector, and on a yearly basis they give $3 million, how sure are we that you will use the $3 million for its sustaining?
And that's the irony, because look, if you cannot provide 100,000, if 100,000 cannot reach, how sure are we that 3 million will reach? As compare, what's the ratio between 100,000 and 3 to 4 million?
Almost 500 times.
500 times. So if as little as 100,000 to a 3 million or 4 million, that 100,000 cannot reach, how can you assure us that $3 million will reach this state-of-the-art hospital that we want to build and want to spend $40 million?
But,
it will set in ruins.
Mr. Yene, this is what I'm thinking about. The health ministry were able to defend their budget. The Ministry of Transport were able to defend their budget. Ministry of Transport from what we understand, and they said told us, they are one of the greatest revenue generator in this republic. Their service center as far as Nimba, Bond, Lofa, Granger, other places don't even have printer to print out, a card paper. Then don't they warrant this does not warrant that the people who had the oversight responsibility should call these people to book? Or GSC should go on with their due diligence, and whoever is caught at the end of the day, be brought to book, because it's a Liberian poor money that has been saffron in this kind of form and manner.
The reason why the legislature doesn't have the spine to do so, it is because members of the legislature are caught in the web. So they won't do anything.
But somebody argued that no, I kick against it. But at the end of the day, it's the majority took the day.
Look, there are just few good people over there. Few. And I'm very careful with the word good, in fact. There are just few, because there are certain times that you may have a cat and a dog in the yard.
Right.
And then other certain times you see the cat one other dog. So that's almost the same thing. So there are just few good people. Few. Sometimes they behave good. 7 senators actually, of the 30 senators that are over there, usually vote against things that pass with speed. Sometimes they decline. They don't vote. Some of them they don't vote for the budget, like Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, Senator Abraham Dawes. They don't vote on the budget because we say as a country we have domestic debt of $35 million. We have not been able to say who all do we owe. But Joe, if you owe somebody, you don't know the person you owe. You don't know that name. You don't know that contact. You don't have any document to show that you owe them. But we've not been able to say we owe this number of people. We've not been able to say this is how much supposed to go to them, or how much we're supposed to pay over the time, and this is the balance we owe. Nothing. The legislature just set and appropriate $35 million every year, and it's paid. What's the portfolio of our domestic debt? Nothing. No document to show. But then they approve it because it comes from the president.
Now let me find out from you. You said 7 senators that continuously vote against certain things that goes up. But then when the benefit do come in terms of the physical, cash being distributed.
Oh yeah, they receive it. Of course they will receive that.
Do they reject it?
No, of course they will receive that salaries.
No, not the salary now. Not the salary now. Because
no, they don't. They
don't take the boutiques.
No, they will accept it. They do accept those.
Now how you classify them now? Physically, they refuse to append their signature, but yet cash wise, they take their own. So how you consider that?
These are politicians. Sometimes people do these things for show. For sure, voting,
Do you agree with me that Liberian shot themselves in the legs when the legs of our late Professor Amos Sawyer and the rest of the guys decided that a 25-year-old man can be representative and a 35-year-old man can be president and senator?
Joe, I think it's not about the age. That a 25 years old man and so forth.
I'm coming.
I think it's how low we set the standard.
This is my point. We got 25-year-old man in our country today, Liberia, is still living with his parents. He's not even out of high school.
How do we set the standard?
The standard. This is what we should be looking at.
That you have a man who is
nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Who has no understanding about leadership. Nothing at all.
That's right.
This man just left, maybe he's selling high school.
Yeah.
And has no history of even serving in high school.
Thank you.
In student leadership or whatsoever. Whether he's in a mosque or a church, he's not even served anywhere to have the leadership experience. And then we take this man because he brings money, or we feel that he's of enough of my tribe, and or he speaks English, and then we decide to elect him
to represent 50,000 human beings,
and with the number of sound people,
right?
So what do you expect this man to do? And that's why I usually say Our major problem is with the quality of the decisions that we make as Liberians.
So we should not blame them, but rather we should blame ourselves, who the voters.
We should blame the voters. We should blame the voters. Look, if you should blame the voters, number one, those who craft the Constitution should also be blamed. But I think majority of the blame should go on the voters, on Liberians. We should blame ourselves. We sit down and elect people who were dismissed for corruption
But other skeptics,
on a Sunday when they were going to church.
skeptic will say,
They were dismissed for corruption. We elected them.
A political opponent will say to you, but Montaya, it is not Joe Wanda that put you there. It's the friends of Montaya that put you there, that you truck to come to this community.
Who are those people that were trucked? They are Liberians.
But friends of Montaya,
So
the actual dweller of that community, they never wanted Montaya. They wanted Joe Wanda. But because Montaya trucked in those people and gave them the $25 or $20, they succeeded.
that is the reason why it is not a district thing. It is a nationwide thing. The problem we have is a nationwide problem. It's a national problem.
How do we get out of this kind of problem?
We get out of this thing when Liberians start to listen. Some of the things that we're saying, when they do not criticize the truth that the ambassador have said, when they do not criticize what we are saying.
Should we always take the donors or our foreign partner to always show us the way and say, the American cannot vote for you and myself. The American cannot tell you, say, don't vote for President Weah, don't vote for Ambassador Boakai, don't vote for XYZ.
No, they won't.
They won't say you
They
that.
won't tell you that.
But they show you the way. But I'll show when we open the phone now. The hungry boys are sitting to they call Atai Center will start calling here to start to condemn.
Yeah,
and,
I'm defender for this,
for
and a
this,
defender for
for
that.
that.
And you're
You
defending,
understand?
but you don't have food to your house.
don't have food to your house.
But that man has numerous bags of rice.
That's right.
He has everything, but you are defending him. He's not even doing anything for you. Some of them were even promised jobs. They've not even been given those jobs.
So
but they are still there defending, and we're going to elections.
it's not late. Can we be patient? After this election, we go back to referendum. When the time door reaches, whoever wins in the next, coming 6 years, we try to see what best we can rally around those who will be elected this time around. Let's go for referendum. Let's set a benchmark for who goes to that. It doesn't matter the age, but let's set a benchmark. Because if you ask me, Joe, what are you talking like this? Look in the parliament around the world. The Ghanaian parliament, 99% of them, I would say, they are lawyers. I mean, I stand to be corrected, but they are lawyers,
Highly educated.
highly educated people. So when you get people who understands the intricacy, when they get into such job, they know what they are there for. Even though their salary will come, they are not angels. They will sometimes fall by the wayside, but sound decision that will affect the people positively will always emerge at the end of the day.
So Joe, I think we shouldn't bear patient. I think we should start from October 10. Because
my dad, the thing is, you have the mind to do it, but somebody sitting over there who feels that, no, my dad ain't talking about a crab in the studio there. I said, now I'm hungry. I ain't got nothing. Then the other, man came to me and gave me back a roll 25. I'm gonna refuse it. Then my money I will eat it.
so you see, then that is
How do we start?
That is how low we accept to be sold. So you are selling your birthright, everything that you're supposed to get, and hold that man accountable to provide to you.
Yeah.
You are selling just for $20 US dollars.
Yeah,
That you're supposed to get more than your education, healthcare,
that's right.
and
Your
security and everything. You should get that. He should be allocating for that. Look, if our legislators were robust with that oversight responsibility, you think the Ministry of Health would not give 100,000 that allocated to the William Hospital? It won't reach. It will reach. But they don't give. They allocate this money, and the money do not reach. I mean, I'm told that this money not reaching. There's one lawmaker in Bond County who hand is in the cookies jar to make sure.
He keep knocking his
He
chest.
keep-
He
yeah.
say, I put that money in the budget.
Exactly, so he
I
took it out.
decide what is best with that money.
Exactly. So he took
The
it out.
people's money.
The people's money. That this kind of man should not be retained, shouldn't be voted.
And trust me,
He shouldn't be
they
voted.
will bring him back to the Capitol building.
And that is the thing. And that's why I say we start with October 10 this year. We need to put in serious-minded people who have a real agenda, people who we've seen their track record. We cannot put a nobody, somebody who just come from nowhere, somebody who has been beating our chest for wrong, for corruption. We know them to be corruption king Kongs around here, and and then we put them there. Look, if we send laws there and say we want to tighten the screw, these people who will vote, who are corrupt and who are in that place, will not tighten the screw on themselves. It will still be the same. So if we want to change this country as per policy, so that we have the perfect balance of power, we need to put the right people in the legislature that won't look at themselves. They will look at the people who they represent. If we also say that everybody, every minister and or head of agency or lawmaker will get treatment in Liberia, as children will go to schools in Liberia and won't be flown out of here. They will equip the hospitals because they're not doing it for you, they're doing it for themselves. They will send the rightful money that's supposed to go to the schools. It will reach because our children will be attending government schools. So if we say that if you are elected or you are appointed and you have a child, your child will attend government school. Your child. So if you want it,
should be acting into law.
Yes. If you do not want it, not verbal thing. If you do not want it, go in the private sector.
And not only that, should we also make the governmental sector unattractive?
I think so. I really think so. Look, these days some people want to get rich fast. Government riches is looking like when people are making medicine to get money, right? You just go and say and do medicine to get money. That's how government is great to working in government. You work in government for a few years before you look the man has a house that he's not even able to maintain when he leaves government. He has a car that he will have to sell later on, because he or she cannot maintain that. That's how people get. That's the easiest way.
Okay, so
to getting rich.
We should cut across the board and say, okay, this is the benchmark in terms of your salary. We give every one of you maybe $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah, for example, yeah.
We're not buying you gas.
No.
We're not buying you squash car.
No.
The car we're buying you is for 6 years.
It's for 6 years.
All right. And at the end of your tenure, whether you come back or not, you pay for that car.
You pay for that car.
Salary deduction.
Yeah. So that car is for you.
Yes, for you.
So with deduction from your salary every time.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
So you think those kind of measures should be put in place?
So you will see now people won't take government cars and park it to bars and entertainment center in the night.
Don't make shit places you call buy it. It's not buy. They don't make shit,
Yeah.
Little zing around.
People won't ride government car anyway.
Yeah.
And,
give it to their girlfriends.
Any kind of way and make accident with it and say that government thing. They will take it away because they know that car will remain with them. Their salary is being deducted. Make it unattractive. Say, look, you must have this requirement, this kind of qualification before you are elected or before you are appointed in government. And look, let me tell you something. In Africa, we have a superior presidency, and the president is the one who's supposed to lead. When Tipote can say, by the name you're wearing Tipote, so ministers are wearing Tipote. When Toba started wearing the safari suit, everybody else started wearing safari suit.
Right.
When George Weah started wearing the African purple suit, what they call purple suit, everybody started wearing purple suit in your government.
Right.
We are in Liberia, we are follow the leader.
Okay.
It should be leadership by example. If the leader decides and say, look, if you are in my government, you make this, or we will have the names of your children. How many children you have? Whether you have 2 or 3 wives or whatsoever, you bring them. We got the names. They are not going to take treatment outside of Liberia. They will take treatment right here. If the Minister of Health or the Minister of Education, children are all here going to government school. You say all my ministers and head of agencies, all your children will go to government school.
Okay.
See whether the minister of health will sit and allow the school that his or her children or grandchildren are in to not have benches, to not have chalk. They will run there to do everything possible. But because they and us, our children go to Sotiamo, to JJ Roberts, you know, to the Christ the King, to the Catholic school, to the good schools, you know, the SPS and all other good schools, you know, to Sarah Marie's, and they did not go to University of Liberia, where there's no projector. We go to class, there's no lab. You are learning something about environmental science. You are just reading. You don't have any lab.
Nothing practical.
Nothing practical to see. Government schools, you know, I mean, the teaching environment, the learning environment is very poor.
That's right.
But when you have ministers, head of agencies, lawmakers, children are going to government schools. You say when you are elected, all government officials, as well as elected and appointed, not the civil servants, for example, elected and appointed must send their children to government schools. If we catch that you send your child to a private institution, or that you are paying fees for a child in a private institution, you will be dismissed.
So we should also include that the representative and senator that will be elected this coming election.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're trying to stream down now to be able to save costs. All the office staff in those places should be people who have been vetted by the CSA to become civil servants.
Exactly.
Rather than you bringing your own people that Joe want to get 15% from his village, in his office, his sister, his brother, everything on salary.
Yeah.
And they get them undisclosed amount to pay these people. Like you said, that he won't go, man, he been digging and he won't go, he decided to
take a whole family there.
To take a whole family there.
Yeah.
So we should reduce on all of those
things. We don't reduce on them. That's the reason why you have lawmakers who are not informed about what they do at the legislature. Look, we have people who are political analysts in the offices of these lawmakers. We have advisors, whether budget, this and that, people who should be experts. You take somebody who they not graduate from university, they have no expertise in anything, and make them, you know, a specialist in your institution, in your office.
Because you think that the man said, I will say at the time,
because he said I will say for you
from your village or something.
And also because you do not want to pay him the required amount.
Right.
You want to pay him from your pocket or want to pay him smaller amount, so you put that person there, and that person is not performing, but you keep that person there because of political reasons, and that person cannot contribute. So when you go to the parliament, you can't talk. And that's why you see lawmakers sit from January 11 to December 8 and do not speak a word. Because they do not have the kind of people, staffers. I'm not saying that all of the staffers at the legislature are not good. No. There are some that are good. There are also lawmakers who do not even listen to the good ones that are there, to the staffers that are there. They feel that's everything.
Well, not to someone don't even read the documents.
They don't even read
before them.
No. Look, Joe and Liberians, our national budget came at the House of Representatives for the House to scrutinize our budget and pass it. Do you know that our budget will pass in 15 minutes?
A national budget.
15 minutes.
That phenomenal book.
15 minutes. All those in favor say, pop. It's gone. 15 minutes, our national budget was passed.
I would have taken something like 6 months to 3
yes.
months. I mean, people.
Lawmakers do not even read the budget. Yeah. They don't even say, okay, my analysts go and read the budget, and then do a summary and come and address me on what should I go and speak on. They don't read the budget. Some of them do not even read the laws that are passed. They just agree to pass it because either it comes from the executive or there is a level of inducement behind it, so it's going to pass. That is the kind of predicament we are in. And we can only change that. And that's what I say. The reason why people have not passed the War on Economic Crimes Code is because people at the legislature, some of them are warlords who benefited from the war. Some of them were elected, they are there. Some of them are still benefiting from financial transactions, illegal financial transactions. And you know that when the War Economic Crimes Code comes, it's going to, the economic side is either going to hold them or the war side is going to hold them. So they will not prosecute themselves. They will not shoot themselves in the leg. So if we elect people of character, people who have no affiliation with war, people who will know that track record, look, these people will live up to the mandate. But it is Liberians. Come again, October 10, we'll be electing people because we say, they man, there was no road out here, the man brought yellow machine and he cleared the road. So we happy. Imagine I was somewhere and someone was telling me that you should be grateful to the government for building the road that goes to RIA. So I'm saying
you should be grateful.
I said I should be grateful. I said that government should be grateful that I am paying my taxes.
Yes.
And they are being, that is their responsibility.
That's
when
right.
Liberians start to know that it is a responsibility of these people to create a better situation, create a better life.
It's by law.
It's by law.
You're not
That's
seeing
what you're
it.
supposed to do.
You're not seeing it because you hate anybody.
No.
By law, our constitution says, and I quote, better educational facility.
Exactly.
Better hospital
healthcare.
facility. I should eat 3 times a day.
Better roads.
Better roads.
Yeah.
It is by law.
It is by law.
You're not seeing it because you hate anybody.
So,
Yeah, no.
so the man is not doing, it's not
You're not
gratuity.
doing me favor.
Not favor.
That's why he is paid at the
That's
end
what
of the
he's
day.
paid for. That's why he takes all the big salaries.
That's right. That's the job of the government
So,
of the day.
so if he or she does his job,
I
need not to tell him
not
thank you.
to clap for anybody.
No, I need not to.
As I speak, the road leading to my house is not accessible. We community dwellers got to fix the road.
Exactly.
We don't have water. I
but-
live in Pittsburgh.
But you pay taxes.
I pay taxes to government.
Yeah.
The car that I ride,
Yeah.
I pay taxes on the car.
Oh,
The
yeah.
car that I buy ready to put in my
Oh,
car.
yeah.
Tax company are on it.
Yeah.
And no taxes coming to what? To salary, to the president office, to the vice president office, to the speaker office.
Even
to
if
everybody.
if you drink beer, there's
Yeah.
taxes on it because in fact LRA has even placed that excess tax thing on
Right.
every bottle.
Right.
On every bottle.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, so
So nobody should tell me,
so
say,
someone should tell you,
I'm going to clap my
you
hand
should clap
because
your hand
road
or say,
is-
or say thank you.
Let's get it clear.
yeah, because
You asked me.
a politician builds something or the government build a
No.
road or hospital,
They
so you should be happy.
educate our listener. The thing is, President Weah came to us, and President Kennedy, Waka at the 2021 Kennedy came to us and said, look, I can better do this thing for any one of you. Gave me the mantle.
Yeah.
Give me your mandate. He didn't come and say, you know what, I'm a rich guy.
No.
So I can take care of your responsibility.
No.
Obviously, we will succumb to you. You told us that. We gave you our responsibility. Say, please hold it. It's not yours. I told CDC and I said, look, the day we elected President Weah and we inaugurated him at that SKD, he's no more the property of CDC.
No,
He's the property of the
Liberia.
Republic of Liberia.
It's all of us president.
So please understand this thing. He's there to solve the problem, to make sure that I sleep in sound mind. He makes sure that I eat. He makes sure that I drive on good roads. That's the responsibility he said he can better do than Joseph Boakai. I don't owe anything special.
No.
You don't owe me anything
I
special.
mean, he owes you.
Yes, because I pay him every month.
Exactly.
The social contract is pay your taxes. The president take pay. The president in turn
And
make
he
sure
will do the work.
he gave you good security,
Yeah.
water,
Good- yeah.
lights, and everything. But I don't have good roads leading to my house. I don't have water to my house. I don't have electricity that everybody boasting about. In Monrovia here, I don't have it. But meanwhile, I'm a genuine taxpayer. I pay on my property. I pay on everything.
Everything.
So why
You
am I
pay
being
on
treated like that?
everything.
I don't have tax return. Nothing come to me.
No, you don't.
So I should clap my hand for such thing.
And look, and we have one of the highest tax regimes.
Yeah.
But then we look, and that's where Liberians need to understand. We do not sing praises. We're not here to sing praises to people because one politician went and gave a clinic $10,000 US.
No.
So we should sing praises.
Now your goodwill.
Because the hospital, the clinic have not received money for 4 months or 4 years. What are you doing as a lawmaker of that particular county, as per your oversight responsibility, that you cannot question the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Finance for not providing the fund if they didn't provide the fund now?
Yeah.
You know, but then you are taking money that you saying is a personal money to go and give for a clinic.
Meanwhile, that's not your job.
Meanwhile, that's not your job.
It's not your job as a lawmaker. That's not your job.
That's not your job.
The Ministry of Public Works is there to fix the road.
To fix the road.
You got to love it. And do they said they got 3 functions?
Yeah.
At the Capitol building?
Lawmaking, representation, and oversight. That is part of your oversight and representation.
Simple as that. Go and talk for us.
Yes.
Say,
Talk
please remember my community.
Exactly. Talk and say.
I'm not begging because it's what we allocated for road rehabilitation, and the road into my community is not good.
It's not good.
Simple.
Why has the road not been constructed?
Constructed by this time.
Is it like the money have not been reached?
You remember your figures in to the budget. The budget was passed. Now it's law.
So you use the law.
You use the law.
You use the law
to cite the Minister of Public Works. Mr. Minister, why the road leading to XYZ community is not been a reconditioned? What's the situation? Because the money was made available. That's your job. Then.
That is your job.
It's not your job to come and dig a well to my area and say, I'm on clap.
No.
To the higher heaven.
That is not your job.
I say, oh, the guy's a nice guy. No. You just be nice because you love the community. That's all.
Because you have, neglected your responsibility.
Right.
Your constitutional responsibility for which we elected you. So now you are bypassing it because you're not. That means you're not able to do the job. That is just simple. You're bypassing it now to come and compensate for your negligence.
After 5 years.
Yeah, for your incapacity. You come now to compensate for it and say, and look, I come to bill, lay roads or give money for well, when there should be running water. Look, imagine this dispensation, we are still digging pumps, well, boreholes.
I don't even have any around my
in
community. People
our community, in urban area. Why other countries having pipe-borne water? But in Liberia, we are still digging boreholes, hand pump, and then we should be clapping that in a city we have hand pumps. We do not have, flush toilets. We have pit latrines that we are still digging in urban areas.
Yeah.
And then people go and place ribbon and are brave to go and dedicate and cut ribbon.
Yeah. Call journalists, come and
and call journalists and say this is what I have done.
Pit latrine.
Yes.
In the day and age.
Imagine. Look, what kind of country are we? What kind of country are we? And that is exactly what the ambassador was asking.
Yeah.
Whether anybody care to know about the Pro agenda, whether anybody care to ask what happened to it, whether this is the best that Liberia can do.
That's the best you can do.
Is it the best we can do? To take more of the money and give the people the crumbs and keep them in destitution. Keep them living
Jacksonville Hospital, Red in Tapeta don't have CT scan, don't have better facility, and 65 million, not $1,000, 65 million whooping US dollar is going to salary and operation. Which operation?
What are you operating on?
Which operation?
What's the thing? What is it?
Why Liberians? Why?
Why to go and get married in Paris or go places,
Yes.
and so forth? Is it
People that came in the slum and said they ran $65,000 car on the road.
Yeah.
That the toilet water is gushing up 24/7.
You sit in your district, you see the feces coming from under the ground.
Yeah.
But you ride with $65,000 to $70,000 car in that feces and go, and you still think that that's decent of you?
Then common thing, the preventable thing, the malaria and childbirth, our mothers are dying into it on a daily basis.
We still have a higher rate of maternal mortality in Liberia around the globe.
And 65 million is going to salary and operation.
We still in Liberia, people die mostly from malaria, and usually we say typhoid.
Preventable diseases.
We are not even able to prevent these things. In fact, we're not even able to give the money to solve the problem, to cure some of these things. We're not able. Drugs not in the hospital.
We'll soon be going to the phone
What kind
lines.
of country is this?
We're talking about the issues that
And then
have
when
to
people
do
talk,
with
then people say, the ambassador is opposition. How can?
Is he a voter here?
Yeah. Imagine. These are the facts.
Oh, he got a agenda against the government?
Yeah. I saw somebody say the mayor's an opposition. I'm like, really? Are you really thinking?
What did I say here? This man don't speak on his own.
So the ambassador have said something, that there's a country he represents.
Of course.
If there's anything that he says lie, prove the facts.
Prove something different. Whatever he says here today, the country told him to say it.
But he's the chief spokesman of America.
Ambassador McCarthy got no power on his own to decide what he says here.
He is the chief spokesman. Look, when America wants to implement their foreign policy in Liberia, is Ambassador McCarthy.
Obviously.
Who is the lead? The same way the president of Liberia is the lead foreign policy architect. Ambassador McCarthy is the lead foreign policy architect of America to Liberia. Look, you think Liberians now leadership should start to think. Do you know that Ambassador McCarthy mentioned here that if I'm asked by Congress what happened in Liberia, these are the things I will say. It's within his statement.
Yeah. If I'm asked by Congress.
Yeah. He said if I'm asked by Congress what happened in Liberia, these are the things that I will say that has happened. I'm still trying to say. Yeah. So he said, yeah, there is a portion here that talks about that.
Yeah. Yes. Let me repeat that. As for me, should the U.S. Congress ask how the elite in Monrovia are treating destitute citizens in the Leeward counties?
Exactly.
My honest response would have to be, those citizens are treated with a neglect that borders on contempt. In quote, is this the best that Liberia can do?
So, you see, let's take the diplomatic cloud from over this statement and say, this is a clear way to tell you, say, I will report you to Congress.
That's it.
That is just it.
You just said it. Yeah.
That is just to tell you, say, I will report you to Congress.
Yeah. Even though I told them already.
Yeah,
but
even I told them. But they ask me again.
This is what
the way I'm going. I will report you to Congress. I will say, this is how you're treating your people. All the money that was sent here, this is how it's being used. This is how you are behaving. Any serious government should be very concerned about these things. Look, this is not the first statement of the U.S. government. This is not something that is strange. We civil society organizations have raised these alarms. Liberians have been crying.
Journalists are well, have done the
Journalists
same.
The media.
Yeah, have done the same. But yet nobody listening.
You have a leadership, a government that is not responsive. And then you want to criticize what the ambassador said. The ambassador is just confirming what we've been saying over the time. There's nothing strange.
Nothing strange.
Nothing strange that he said. He's just confirming what we've been saying over the time.
Right. Okay. With that said, let me hold my guests a little bit. I guess most of you have been following on our discussion here in the studio today. We're talking precisely on the issues of the ambassador, the outcome of the ambassador visit to the 15 counties of Liberia. And the outcome is treating citizens with neglect. That's what the headline says today. So what have you to say, Liberians? Whatever you are, whether in the diaspora, and of course, and within Liberia, want to be part of it. Matthias Yene is my guest today. He's the executive director of ARAC. ARAC is an advocacy group here too in Liberia, and they slowly and gradually following the activities at the Capitol building. So now 077-105-100 and 055-105-100. Call and let's hear from you, Liberians. Whatever you're getting our signal, be in Monrovia or outside of Monrovia, or Liberia for that matter. Let's hear from you, 077-105-100 and 055-105-100. Okay, let's go to the phone and let's talk to the first caller here. Hello? Hello, yeah, your name, where are you calling from? But please lower the volume on the radio. Uh-huh. Okay, Roland. Thank you. Let's hear you, boss. Thank you. Yeah, you're live. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, it's a no surprise. Okay, okay. Let me hold you there. Yeah, let me hold you there quickly. Nothing. That's right. For budget. Okay. Okay. Ronan, let me. I beg you. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. Yeah, let me hold you. Yes. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I beg you. Let me hold you there. Let me hold you there. Let me hold you there. I got a lot of callers on the line. Please, let me hold you there and let's talk to the another caller. Hello. Hello. Yeah, your name and where you calling from, please. Yeah, quickly. Let's hear you. Okay. Yeah, 1 minute, please. Yeah, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Let's hear you. Uh-huh. Okay, all hope is not gone. Let's hold you there. Thank you. Let's hold you there. All hope is not gone. Hello, your name and where you calling from? 1 minute, quickly. Good afternoon, sir. Yeah, Boaka, let's hear you quick. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that call. Let's take another call again. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Hello? Yes, sir, your name and where you calling from? Let's hear you. Okay, 1 minute, Benjamin. Mm. Oh, yes, my brother. Go ahead. You got it right. Mm. Mm.